Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to come back here and talk to you guys a little bit about some books that I've acquired, some books that I'm in the middle of reading, and yeah, let's talk about some books because I miss this and I miss talking to you guys and talking about books with someone. Um, so I have my books divided into two stacks. So we have these and we also have these. So we have some that are some that I'm in the middle of reading, some that I haven't touched yet, and some that I just can't wait to start reading. So we're gonna start with the books that I got and that I haven't started reading yet, but I'm super excited to start reading. The first book we're gonna start with is Mad Honey, and it looks like I've already started Mad Honey. I actually started reading it on my Kindle before it was gifted to me. But then I stopped reading it because I started reading other stuff, so got distracted, as I often do when it comes to books. But yeah, so we have Mad Honey, and this book is about, it's written by Jodi Picoult. She's one of my favorite authors. I've read almost all of her backlist. She actually is the person who got me into reading. If I'm being honest, it started with My Sister's Keeper, and then The Pact, and then The Storyteller, and then it just went uphill, downhill, however you want to say it from there. So this book is basically about this woman whose son is accused of murdering his girlfriend, and it goes through it's told through dual points of views about just that story. And there's supposed to be a major twist in it, even though I already know the twist because I actually emailed Jodi Picoult years ago, and someone, I don't know if it was her agent, messaged me back and told me a little bit about the book that she was going to be releasing in 2022, and it turned out to be this book. So I already know what the twist is, but I'm still going to read it because I love her and I love her work. The next book that we have on this list of books that I've recently acquired is The Matter of Black Lives. And these are writings from the New Yorker. These are just a compilation of different essays that were posted in the New Yorker during the Black Lives Matter movement. It's pretty thick. It has about 800 or so pages. Yeah, a little over 800 pages in it. And then, like I said, it's just a collection of essays. And yeah, really excited to read this. The next book that I have on this list that I have actually started reading but had to put it down because it was getting a little intense for me was Boy Erased by Garrett Conley. This book, if you don't know, is about this kid who is the son of a pastor and gets sent off to conversion camp when his family finds out that he's gay, and it turns in the book is basically his life story, his experience at this conversion camp, and what kind of came out of that. So that's this book, and it was very heavy for me to read because it talks a lot about religion, and it kind of hits close to home when it talks just about the disturbing things that certain people take on when it comes to religion, and it can be kind of just heartbreaking to read about. Yeah. The next book I have, well, two books that I have are by the same authors, by Nina LaCour. We have Hold Still and Watch Over Me. I honestly don't know what either of these about. Hold Still says it's about the night Ingrid told Caitlin, I'll never go I'll Go Wherever You Go, but by dawn, Ingrid and her promise were gone. Ingrid's suicide immobilizes Caitlin, leaving her unsure of her life and a new life she hardly recognizes. A life without the art, the laughter, the music, and the joy that she shared with her best friend. But Ingrid left something behind. In words and drawings, Ingrid documented a painful farewell in her journal. Journeying through Ingrid's final days, Caitlin fights back through unspeakable loss to find renewed hope. So it sounds like a pretty heavy book. I love Nina LaCour. I've read some of her other works like We're Okay. And that one was really hard to read as well. So I think she does a great job writing very emotional stories. So that's that one. And then we have Watch Over Me, which is, I think, about a girl in foster care who goes to work on this farm, and she starts experiencing ghosts. I think they're metaphorical ghosts, but I could be wrong. I also started reading it. I'm on page 16. Most of these books I've started reading and then got distracted by other books and just started reading other books. That happens a lot with me, so yeah. Okay, so the next book I have that I'm excited to get to is Mistakes Were Made by Muriel Wilsner. This book is a sapphic romance that super excited about. It's about this girl who sleeps with her best friend's mom on a college, I think it was a family weekend at the college, and she meets her at a bar. And they kind of hook up, and it's kind of like their story. So I think it's an age gap story as well. And I personally never read an age gap story. I've heard about them, and I don't know how I feel about them because I've never read one about like with a significant age gap. But I don't know how significant this one is. Probably not that significant considering she's in college, but it can still be like kind of a sticky topic. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. The next book that we have that I'm excited to read is an older book, but new to me. It's High School by Tegan and Sara. So the TV show for this book just came out about Tegan and Sara's life, and I listened to Tegan and Sara. I've listened to a few of their songs that I really like. I'm really interested in their backstory. I love a good memoir, so I'm excited to read this and to learn more about them. The next book we have is Not My Problem by Sierra Smith. This is the same woman who wrote the Falling in Love montage, which I've never read before, but I've heard great things about. This is a YA contemporary romance about this girl who, let's see, it says Aiden has plenty of problems she can't fix. I don't know, but I know it's sapphic, and we love a good sapphic romance. So that's what that one is. So the first books I'm going to talk about, the ones that I'm currently actively reading, I broke them up into two sections, nonfiction and fiction. So we have the nonfiction section, which are these. And the first one I want to talk about is The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. Navigate an Unequal System, Learn Tools for Emotional Wellness, and Get the Help You Deserve by Rita Walker. This book is amazing. If anyone is interested in mental health, specifically Black mental health, I highly recommend this book. I'm almost done with it, and it just chronicles a lot of aspects of Black mental health that we don't hear about often. As someone who's a counseling student, it's very cool to read, to learn more about mental health from different perspectives, different people. As a Black woman, it's really great to read a story about Black mental health, because mental health looks different for everybody and it's not the same, and people experience things differently. It doesn't matter if not one person who's diagnosed with depression all looks the same. They all their symptoms aren't the same. They don't manifest the same. They don't expose themselves the same. It looks different for everybody. And this is a great book to read about just Black mental health and the things that we go through and the things that we experience in society that affects our mental health and what we can do about it to kind of mitigate those challenges. So 100% recommend. I'm not even done with it, but I still recommend it. The next book we have that I'm currently reading is Therapy Isn't Just for White People, a memoir by Kiara Imani. This book is about exactly what it sounds like, but it is a collection of short essays by Kiara, who talks about her experience as a Black woman in America growing up. And she talks about different scenarios like hair straightening. She talks about body image. She talks about her family and how they affected her growing up, and how the family unit itself kind of how the family unit themselves kind of affect your mental health and affect the way you perceive things. I love that because one of my favorite theories in counseling is the family systems theory, where it basically is where we look at an individual in terms of their family unit, and how family affects an individual going forward. So I really appreciate this book. I really love reading it and hearing about her experiences, because unfortunately a lot of these things I can relate to. The hair straightening, the wanting the long silky blonde hair and things like that, the code switching and all those things I can relate to, and she talks about in here. So it's very personable, very honest, very raw, and for anyone who wants to read about experiences like that, I highly recommend. The next book I'm reading is called The Token Black Girl, or Token Black Girl, memoir by Danielle Prescott. This book is about a Black woman who, it chronicles kind of her experience growing up in America in a white society filled with like whiteness, beauty standards, fashion, and things like that. And I'm only on the first chapter. I literally read the introduction this morning, so I'm not anywhere into it. I'm just reading from the back, what it says on the back. But the writing so far is great. I'm a real stickler for like great writing, and especially in nonfiction, sometimes it's really hard to find a great, good written nonfiction book, because sometimes it's not as lyrical as I would hope it would be, but she does a great job and I love it. The next book that I'm reading is The Family Outing by Jessie Hempel. I absolutely love this book. It is a memoir as well, and it is about this woman who chronicles her story, her and her family's story of coming out, where everyone in her family identifies as queer, except her mom, who has a different experience, but an experience nonetheless, a very significant experience actually. But yeah, it tells the story of her and her family and coming to terms with the changes that they've endured growing up and growing older and coming into themselves. Beautiful book, very well written. The story is great. I highly recommend. And the last nonfiction book that I'm currently reading is Finding Me by Viola Davis. I love Viola. She's one of my favorite actresses in Hollywood. I think she's absolutely amazing. She's stunning. She's bold. She's beautiful. She is an amazing actress. And I just love learning about her backstory and how she was growing up. I actually got it wet, as you can see, the other day, which I'm kind of upset about because I hate when I get pages wet, and they, especially red, I'm sorry, Viola. I really am. I'm such a mess. But anyway, that's the story, and great story. So the 4 fiction books that I'm currently reading, well, 3 that I'm currently in the middle of, is one very popular book that I'm sure you all know about, and it's Start With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's taken me a long time to get through this book. If you like to see a vlog of me reading this book, let me know down in the comments, and I'll definitely do that. Or any book that I'm reading that you saw on this list, if you'd like to see me do a vlog of it, let me know, and I'll definitely do that. But yeah, we have It Start With Us. I'm sure you know what this book is about. I don't have to go into detail. It's the sequel to It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and yeah, so we have that. The next book that I'm in the middle of is A Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I'm about 117 pages into this book, really enjoying it for what it is. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's about this girl who comes to college at this community college and meets this rich white boy. I mean, not a rich white boy, but this bad boy named Cooper. And she kind of falls in love with him. It's a love story. But yeah. So yeah, guys, those are the books that I've currently been reading and have accumulated over the past few months. I have a ton more of books that I've accumulated, but those are the ones I wanted to fit into these videos because they're the ones that I'm really excited about. If you guys want to see a vlog with me doing anything with these books, let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know what you like to see from me, because it's been a long time since I've been on here and I really don't know what to do except to sit in front of the camera and blab about books. So if that's something you're still interested in and something you like me to talk more about, let me know. Also, if you want me to talk more about my experience as a counseling student, I'll also do that, and also recommend some more counseling books because I've also read a lot of them and I'd love to talk about them if you guys want to hear about them. But yeah, so thank you for coming back to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video and you'll come back and see me again. Bye.